Let's see here. Ooh, Brazil. Hello. Brazil's in the house. And D. Carlson, hello. Washington State. So good to see you guys. Um, Let me just make sure you guys can hear me okay. I'm pretty sure you can. Oh, what was that all about? Okay. Okay, yeah, you can. All right. Okay, guys. Oh, we're in April. I don't know if you guys have been feeling this week's energy has been, we're just coming off the Libra full moon 2 days ago. And I don't know, this week the energy has been almost like, I don't know, just really low. I felt like the energy was just, it was really hard to muster up energy. Let's just put it that way. I don't know if you guys felt the same. I think we're all good and shuffled here. So let me just put that there. Okay, so let me see. Amy, hello. Dennis, good to see you. It is getting crazy. Okay, the reason why things are about to get a little spicy for the month of April is because Mars is currently in Pisces and is about to enter Aries, its home sign, next week. And I just want to make sure you guys can hear me okay. And so once it enters into Aries, it's going to meet up with Neptune, and then it shall meet up with Saturn. And probably around the 9th or so is when we're gonna, the 9th to about the 20th. Okay, this is where things are gonna get a little spicy and hot. And I mean, obviously, we now have, once we get Mars into the picture, we have Neptune, we have Saturn, we have the Sun, we have Chiron, Eris, and then Mercury will enter into the picture. So a lot of our planets are going to be in the sign of Aries, which is, of course, ruled by Mars, which means it can get a little hot under the collar. People can get feisty. They can get triggered really easily. On the positive side, this is going to really highly motivate a lot of us. We're probably going to find that we have a deep desire to want to do stuff, to take action. There might be a little more willpower to take action once Mars enters into Aries. But when Mars meets up with Neptune, remember, Mars has this energy of kind of cutting things away, wanting to sever, also fighting, conflict. And when it meets up with the planet of illusion and fantasy, this is when, like, just be careful kind of in the mid part of April overall, because this is where you might go into battle over something where you may not have all the details. There might be some false pretenses. Maybe there's some illusions you can't fully see. Or on the flip side, someone may do this with you. I'm currently kind of battling. I'm kind of going back and forth on something where I know I have to confront a couple people in my life. And I'll be really honest, it's getting me hot under the collar myself. And we're not even at that part yet. We're only April 3rd. But I can feel it. I can feel this energy. And I just, you kind of have to keep yourself in check and make sure you stay on task. But when there's emotions running wild and all these planets are in Aries, it makes it really hard to like not want to pop off, right? And I'll be honest, your girl wants to pop off on a couple people. So I really pray for them that I don't, because it's not the nicest side of me. I do have this little bit of a slick tongue that really stings when I want to go in. So I'm trying my hardest to kind of walk myself through this and how to like be the best version of myself to have this conversation. But this might be something that all of you could be facing too on some kind of level. Maybe not exactly the way I am, obviously, but maybe in your own way. So when Mars hits Neptune, that's the one thing. And then it's going to hit Saturn. And when it hits Saturn, I believe that's when we have our new moon in Aries as well. So Mars and Saturn are going to be starting their own cycle again together, their own synodic cycle. And so Mars and Saturn are the two malefics of the zodiac. So again, when you have, this is where authority, Saturn is the authority, right? And Mars is kind of like more of the aggravator. So this is where there can definitely be some challenging energies coming up. Now, on the positive side, I will say Mars and Saturn can make you very determined to get very serious about something, to take responsibility for something, to want to get something done in the best way possible, like really get down to business, and have no distractions. So there are some positives around that, of course, like there's always polarities, right? But with so many planets, I believe Mercury will be in the picture once Mars meets up with Saturn. So, and during this new moon in Aries, which again won't be until the 17th, 18th, I believe, of April, but, or maybe it's before that because we just had the first, yeah, maybe it's the 15th or 16th. Anyway, I'm just going to say use caution this entire month. It's just, people are going to be hot under the collar. People are going to be easily triggered. And I've done a lot of personal work. I've done a lot of work on myself, but even I am like really kind of, cause I'm hitting something that is like near and dear to my heart. I'm the kind of person where, when I get very protective of the people I love, very, very protective. And I get especially protective when I see old toxic patterns trying to re-enter into a situation to, how do I say this, disrupt positive momentum that is shifting away from that behavior. And so I feel like, yeah, when I see that shit, I don't know, like that shit starts to hit home because I'm always rooting for someone who's willing to like change their life and like take a positive direction, move, like all of that kind of stuff. And when I see other people, who claim to like have their best interest at heart, really not, and really just acting from a place that ultimately is to disrupt that positive momentum, that stuff irks me. I don't like that. So, anyway, enough about that. Maybe I'm using you guys right now as my sounding board to like talk myself off a ledge. Okay, let's see. What else do we need to talk about? All planets are direct. So this is a perfect month. April is the month to take action, guys, on anything that you have been wanting to start, get a move on. Do not delay like this, especially this week with this Libra full moon. There's something really clearing out here about what you really want to leave in the past and what you're ready to start. Because we've got that new moon in Aries coming up, and there's something very, very initiatory about it where like it's really setting the tone for a completely new reality for you, and you're going to have to act differently, show up differently, be very different. And that means that we have to say goodbye to a lot of things that maybe perhaps we were still holding on to, not ready to fully let go of. And this is where you really want to use this time, this weekend, to really let go of all of that and really firm up what it is that it's time to say yes to, and what absolutely without a doubt, non-negotiable, you have to start saying no to. Okay, so that's going to be really important. Anything else? I have a great podcast coming out for you guys next week on psychedelics. I have a very cool guest coming on who's very knowledgeable in the space. And so that's going to be a really fun episode. And speaking of psychedelics, my 3-day 180 retreat is now selling tickets for the next one in September. If you want to come, September 17th to the 20th. All right. We're going to be doing on top of a mountain in Winter Park, Colorado. Would love to see you there. Remember, this is where we take everything that you want to shift and we put you in a state where your brain, your body is so highly plastic and changeable. And then I give you all the tools to use that state in the next couple of weeks to really firm in that change. So if you guys are really wanting to make that change and you're ready to do your own plant medicine journey, this is something that it's one of my favorite things to do. It's why I'm looking to do more retreats this year. Not all of them are just me. I am teaming up with someone else, which I will announce soon. I've got something really fun in the books. And of course, I'm just doing some private custom ones as well. Okay, other than that, oh, yes, before I forget, and then we'll get on with you, fire signs. You're going to be first. Fire horse reading. I'm going to keep it open until next Tuesday. Okay. So if you want a reading, now is the time to book in. This is where I look at everything that's kind of like what we need to know about your reality that you have to start saying no to, everything you should be saying yes to. I do look at your astrology. We take everything into consideration. And I tell you without a doubt, these are absolute things you should be focusing on, saying yes to, and these are the things you gotta like cut out. And that's to really help align you and put up the right guardrails so that when you're heading through this year of the fire horse, you can put all of your energy in all the right places and make sure you don't get distracted and start filtering it into the places that's only going to cause chaos for you. Okay, so that is also in the description below. All right, guys, let's get into it. Fire signs, you guys are first. Aries, Leo, Sag, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay, Mind Matters. Good to see you here. Bonnie, hello. All right. Oh, let me see here. Oh, Nicole, you're spot on. My boyfriend wants to unleash on a couple people. Actually, I got a taste of me the other day. I got to keep it together. I'll burn it all down by my birthday is April 20th. Oh, happy early birthday. Another Taurus. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's crazy. There is this energy of like, I just want to burn it all down, you know? It's really true. It's kind of crazy how much, that energy is kind of popping up. So I'll keep you guys posted. Hopefully I don't burn it all down. Okay, fire signs. Let's find out what is the main theme of your reading and what is the potential challenge. Okay. What is the potential challenge for my fire signs? All right. Fire signs. The main theme of your reading is gold. Okay, so gold in this particular deck is a little bit different. Here we go. Here we go. Illumination, splendor, culmination. So this is not ordinary gold. It is not found in rings or coins or necklaces. It is a substance buried deep within, sometimes referred to as the gold of the wise, the philosophic gold, and the ethereal stone. This is about not necessarily seeking physical metal, but the mystical essence within each alchemist. So how do we recognize it? It mimics the qualities of metal itself, soft and radiant. It's no wonder gold is associated with the heart. So when this card arrives, there is something of incredible value at hand. It is marvelous and rare. Cherish it. Get to know its properties and its source. The gold carries a distinct shadow. If mistaken for a purely physical material, it can lead to greed and excess, causing you to lose your way. Let me see here. This is about your values. This is about something very, very important to you, something that is quite meaningful, something that you would absolutely place on a high priority list. It's also about perhaps, I want to say, something awakening within you that is of high value. So there's something possibly coming up to the surface that feels like it's been dormant, and now you're ready to kind of tap into it. Now, the challenge for you fire signs is calcification, okay? Which calcification it uses fire. It does use fire. Let me see here. Heat, fire, desire. It occurs when there is enough heat in the vessel to transform. But remember, this is your challenge. How does calcification begin? With a tiny glimmer, an urge, a desire that builds into a robust flame. So on a psychic level, this stage may be an uprising of emotion that has been repressed or dismissed. It wants something big to change, to be brought to the light and purified. Perhaps a flawed ideology, institution, or outlook. Frustration and anger are wondrous change makers if their heat is channeled with space, time, and awareness. Ooh, are any of the ladies in my Becoming the Medicine of Fire sign? Because this is what we were talking about this week. The transformation that occurs from calcification is rarely harmonious. It requires commitment and a willingness to sit through discomfort as old pattern. Okay, listen, this is so important. And this is one of the reasons why a lot of people get blocked, okay? Because there's something very valuable that is meant for you here. There's something valuable at hand that you could really get a stronger grasp on, fire signs. But one of the things that's really important to understand is what it is, the path of, okay, let me restart here. Whatever it is that you want, the path that's going to get you there is almost always the path you're resisting the most. Almost always. And so when this card comes up, this is telling me that there may be certain emotions that you are resisting, possibly just one in particular, that you are trying not to feel or suppress or push aside, when really it could be the thing that allows for true change to happen. And true change is absolutely afoot right now and is being called upon. And that is what's going to help you really attain something very valuable here. There's like some wisdom that's going to really come through at this time. So let's kind of go a little deeper and see where the tarot's taking us for my fire signs. What do we need to know about the past? Okay, we have the Five of Cups in reverse. We also have the Ace of Cups in reverse. And then we have the Queen of Wands. There you are, fire signs. Okay, coming into the current energy. Oof. We have the Lovers in reverse. Oh, fire signs. Okay, we have the Three of Cups in reverse. Shit. I feel like this one's for me. Okay, and then we have the Emperor in reverse. Okay. Coming into the near future, we have the World. We have the Nine of Swords. And finally, the Nine of Swords was in reverse. Oh, and then we have the Six of Cups upright. Okay, much better energy in your future. Overall energy, King of Swords, Four of Cups in reverse underneath. So, it's very important to have strategy here, fire signs. So this is a very, it's very important to be very logical, very strategic, to really take the high road in a sense of getting the full lay of the land, okay? Meaning you have to see where every piece on the chessboard is in order to fully understand what your moves are going to be to go forward in however way this reading is showing up for you. With the Four of Cups in reverse, this is also like saying that you kind of have maybe been in a place where you don't like being. Like, it's like, yeah, I don't like this place. It's not exactly my speed. It may feel like you've been complacent. You haven't really, maybe perhaps because it's the King of Swords, speaking up about something you need to say, or making a very important decision on something you need to make a decision on. But it's really... It's kind of like speaking like the time has come and it's time to make a move is what I'm getting from this. Now, in your past, you have the Five of Cups in reverse, the Ace of Cups in reverse, and the Queen of Wands. So look, the Five of Cups in reverse is actually a nice card to see here in reverse, because this is where you're not wanting to focus on the negative, right? It's like, I don't want to focus on the negative. I just want to focus on what's good, what's abundant in my life. Like, what have I got to work with here? Like, let's look for solutions, not constantly look at the problems, right? We also have the Ace of Cups in reverse. The Ace of Cups in reverse is kind of speaking to, okay, at first it feels like perhaps your energy has been a little drained. It may feel like perhaps you've been pouring into maybe too many cups and not enough for your own, for some of you. For others of you, it really feels like this could be a delay on stepping forward into a dream of yours, possibly even taking the next step in like a next cycle for some of your relationships. If it's not a love relationship, it's a very important relationship, one that means a lot to you. And again, the cups really represent your hopes and dreams, right? It's your hopes and dreams. For some of you, it's your intuition. But, and as I say that, you may have had an intuitive hit on something initially, and you may have suppressed it. You may have suppressed it maybe against better judgment. But again, you've likely had your reasons. And I feel like that's kind of come back around now. Like you're going to be revisiting that. With the Queen of Wands, again, there's like, this is telling me that you're in a good place. Okay. You're feeling vibrant. You're feeling confident. I don't know. Something might have you feeling alive and fired up. But there's something very powerful, I want to say, about you is what I'm getting from this card. You're exuding some kind of power. Now, coming into the current energies, we have the Lovers in reverse, the Three of Cups in reverse, the Emperor in reverse. Not good. Not good. Okay, fire signs. We laugh. Okay, when we see issues. This is I tried to like put out a video for you guys yesterday and I just couldn't. I don't know. My energy was just so weird. And I'm like, I tried like 3 times and I'm like, screw it. I'm going to go to bed. And why I'm saying that is, because on that video, I talked about how one of the major shifts in my current reality now that I've made is that when the universe delivers a shit sandwich right to my door, I laugh at the shit sandwich now, however severe it may be. Like, I mean, within reason. My family has been going through very difficult times over the last 6 weeks that is now finally, thank God, ending in some positive notes. We've had a major health scare in our family. And so it's been very touch and go for the last 6 weeks. That obviously is something that you can't laugh at. But I mean, when, just regular matrix shit just lands on your door, like you kind of have to laugh. So what I'm saying is we're going to laugh here, fire signs. Okay. With the Lovers here in reverse. Look, this could be about a particular relationship, whether it's your relationship, someone else's relationship, maybe not being in the best place, or it's about something involving the past around this relationship. For some of you, this is about a past decision because the Lovers card is very much, it's the Gemini energy, and it is about decisions, very big decisions. And so this could be about a past decision that was made. Again, even a past decision made within a relationship. But what I'm seeing though is like something about that is kind of coming up. So there's going to be some discord over the next couple of weeks, fire signs. There's no way to put it. With the Three of Cups here in reverse and the Emperor in reverse, there's going to be some fallout. Likely, like maybe fighting a battle that is not yours to fight. This could be also maybe not having control over your own anger, your own frustrations, possibly even your own resentments. The Emperor tends to not stay within bounds. So like boundaries can get crossed when the Emperor in reverse kind of shows up. So it feels like that could be the theme of what's kind of coming up here, where possibly talking, yelling, fighting, I don't know, some kind of form of communication that's likely going to be a bit disruptive between you and other people, at least third parties involved. And I will say the Three of Cups could also mean like this could be supposed to be like a celebration or a happy event that you're going to, and there's a fallout that happens there at this event. It could even be that. But it's like it could be about a decision that was made in the past, or about it could involve a relationship, a very important relationship. And I just feel like boundaries have been crossed, and there's going to be some heat. There's going to be some heat here. And again, that's calcification, right? That's going to be the challenge. How can you navigate that heat without completely popping off? Now coming into the current energies, the future energies, we have the World, the Nine of Swords in reverse, and the Six of Cups. This is great energy. The World card is telling me you're finally closing something out. You're putting you're tying it up with a red bow and saying, all right, that part is done, moving on to new things. But it is going to feel like an accomplishment. For some of you, the World card is also talking about travel. I don't know if any of you are looking to do some kind of travel, or travel is part of the discussion in any way, but it does look like fears and anxieties are relieved. And I do feel like you and someone important in your life are kind of coming together in a more nostalgic way. There's these really kind of nice feelings ahead of you. So there does feel like you've got to deal with something the first half of April, but once you do, like it really, something is clearing out and it's opening up better things for you and allowing you to put something behind you and open up new beginnings. What also feels like also putting to bed some fears that have been there, maybe some anxieties. So putting that to rest is what I wanted to say. Okay, let's see. The King of Swords. Okay, we have the Ace of Cups coming in. The Five of Wands in reverse. And the Hierophant in reverse. Okay. Look, fire signs, you got to be strategic. You're looking at how to make your next move, right? And you're going to be likely making some big decisions, some big choices here. The King of Swords, this is like, you're really taking a high position, okay? You're really wanting to get the best vantage point of how way you're going to move forward next. And I will say with the Ace of Cups, Five of Wands in reverse, and the Hierophant in reverse, this is telling me that, again, that you could be battling some sort of inner chaos, okay, within you, but also it feels like you're wanting to start new beginnings with less chaos, where you're removing yourself from drama. You're removing yourself from things that inflame situations, let's say. And I will say with the Hierophant in reverse, it may be done in a little of a less conventional way than usual. This isn't going to be necessarily about, it's not going to be done in a way that is traditionally done. It won't be done in a way that even maybe you would have foreseen it to be done. There's something about this that is different, perhaps even coloring a little outside of the lines. But it feels like that actually serves the purpose. Let's see what this Five of Cups in reverse is. Okay, we have the Seven of Swords, Page of Wands in reverse. All right. Look, it looks like, okay, like I said, the Five of Cups in reverse is like, okay, I just want to focus on the good. I don't want to focus on the bad, you know, like, and I will say that in some cases that can be really good. And in some cases it can be seen as putting your head in the sand, right? And I feel like it could go either way here for you. So read this, listen to this reading with your own discernment. Now I'll read it in two ways. It feels like there's been some sort of betrayal. There's been an act of shadiness in the least bit here with the Seven of Swords. Someone's been a little sneaky. And I will say with the Page of Wands here in reverse too, the news feels like there's news of this that is disappointing. It doesn't feel good. Let's just put it that way. It doesn't feel good to you. Of course, this is what's already happened in the past, so this isn't what's coming. But with the King of Swords here in reverse, it feels like perhaps you're taken off guard of how you were perceiving something, seeing something, and how you thought things could go down. And it feels like this kind of shook that a little. Now, looking at the Ace of Cups. Oh, I will say, okay, let me give you the other version. The other version is that you know, there's a part of you that really wants to perhaps give the benefit of the doubt and let things play out naturally. But I will say I just don't know if that was the right move, in a sense of, no, I don't know. I retract that statement. If you did it, it was the right move, but I think you're going to, this is about getting new information. I believe new information is coming to light that really starts to color the picture differently for you. And given what information you did have, you were totally approaching it in the right way, but new information is now giving you pause to think differently. So what is the Ace of Swords or Ace of Cups? Okay, we have the Chariot card coming up. We have the Judgment and the Two of Swords in reverse. Okay, so I believe there was a revisiting of something here because I'm seeing a lot of movement now. So this is telling me that there's a revisiting of something that perhaps an intuitive hit that you already had about something that you're realizing was a little more spot on than what you had given credit. I also believe for some of you, this is also revisiting perhaps the beginnings of what you wanted for, like taking action on a dream, something that really fulfills you, fills your heart up, but it got delayed in somehow. And now you're getting some momentum. Now you're seeing the path clearly. And I will say there's a second chance coming around. So I will say that where things may have felt murky, now they're very crystal clear in this new situation. And it does require a new decision. So what is this Queen of Wands in reverse? Okay, we have the Five of Swords in reverse. So really not wanting to fight. Really just wanting to step away from the battle. With the Sun in reverse and the King of Wands in reverse. Perhaps someone who was maybe using their influence in not the best ways. And with the sun in reverse, I would say it feels a little egoic. Feels like there's been ego involved here, but it feels like you have seen things kind of clearly. It feels like this is someone else. It doesn't feel like it's you. And you're wanting to kind of step away from someone, or at least not get involved in any kind of battle, argument here with someone who's, again, I want to say there's more ego involved, and they're influencing or leading from a place of influence that is misleading. What is this Lovers card? Let's get into the current energy. So this Lovers card in reverse. Oh my God. Okay, we have the Two of Cups in reverse. This could be about a breakup. It doesn't mean that there's necessarily a breakup coming, although for some of you it might, but it also could just be about a past breakup, or it could also be about it could be about like some kind of discord between two people, a disagreement, not being on the same page. Let me see here. What else do we need to know about the Lovers in reverse? Okay, yeah, with the Three of Swords. So this is like something that was difficult, painful. It created some sort of... there's a rupture here of some kind. What else do we need to know about the Lovers in reverse? Yeah, and wanting to walk away. We have the Eight of Cups. So this could be about having to visit, make a decision that maybe is being revisited. There's something where like you were maybe wanting to make this decision in the past, but you put it off, you delayed it. You were like, well, let me just wait and see. Again, with the Two of Cups, this could be about a relationship. This just could be about two people. And it feels like there's going to be some sort of painful event here. The way the cards are falling, I can't say it any other way. But it's bringing up a purpose of walking away, closing something out that is, it's time. Like this is run its course is what I'm hearing. What's the Three of Cups in reverse? Okay, we have the King of Cups. Lots of kings. So we got a lot of masculine energy coming up here. Okay, we have the Magician. And we have the High Priestess in reverse. Ooh. I believe that something's going to get revealed here that is going to impact someone deeply cares about someone. With the King of Cups, someone who's got a very strong, deep love that is very mature, is very wise, it's grounded, there's going to be some sort of falling out. Now, I don't know if it's around this person, because of this person. But what I am seeing with the High Priestess in reverse, there's likely going to be something revealed that was hidden. And it's setting something in motion with the Magician here. It's setting something in motion. Something is coming to light. And I will say it's going to not be good for at least one person. So there is going to be some kind of fallout here. What is this Emperor? What is the Emperor in reverse? Oof, we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. Whoa, that's a hard energy. Okay, we have the Ace of Wands. And the Nine of Wands in reverse. With the Queen of Swords here in reverse, this is kind of telling me that there's going to be some choice words. Someone's going to have definitely some choice words. The Queen of Swords is very biting with her tongue, right? Like she doesn't hold back. She can get a little icy. She can be really sharp. She basically just delivers it super cold. And with the Emperor in reverse here as the main energy, I don't know if this is about putting someone else who's gone out of bounds in place, or if it's someone who's going full out of bounds and saying really cold things. The weird thing is, though, is that we do have the Ace of Wands here with the Nine of Wands here in reverse. So it's almost like there is a level of surrender, of like letting go with this Nine of Wands. Like sometimes it can be giving up energy, but it doesn't feel like that with this kind of energy. It feels more of like, it's more like the gloves come off kind of energy, like letting go of holding back. But this somehow does start something new. There is something is sparked from all of this. With this Ace of Wands. Let me just clarify this Ace of Wands for you guys, because I need a clarification. See, the Wheel of Fortune. Something gets set in motion that is good. It brings change. So whatever's happening here for my fire signs, as heated as this looks, it is bringing about that change. That's why we have this calcification card here in the challenge. It's like something has to transform, and that means heat has to be applied. It's just like how much heat needs to be applied, right? Obviously, we don't want to go too far onto like the destruction side, but we do need to apply some heat. So something is finally going to change for the better because of this. Okay, so let's see where the World card. So expect a fallout, fire signs, but do expect something good to come out of the fallout. Something that was necessary, something that needed to be said or done, I want to say. What is the World? Okay, we have the Seven of Wands here in reverse. Okay, we have the Hangman in reverse and the Five of Pentacles. You're really kind of closing out a chapter that this ending, this finalization, which is also going to feel good. Like there's an achievement here, right? With the World, putting something behind you is coming through an epiphany. And this epiphany has something to do with maybe not feeling enough or always feeling on the outside. This might be about ostracization. If I even said that word correctly, I'm sorry if I just said it wrong. I'm making shit up right now. Someone who might have been ostracized. And with the Seven of Wands here in reverse, it's kind of like, again, it's laying down the sword in a way, right? It's kind of like waving the white flag and saying, you know what? I'm just going to surrender. I'm not going to resist anymore. I'm not going to fight this. But it's whatever you're not fighting, it's good. Like it somehow opens doors, like it closes doors. But I will say it's coming with some kind of epiphany that is also about, I think it has something to do with unworthiness. And perhaps someone being like pushed to the side, feeling like out alone, like out in the cold. Something around there. Okay, so what is the Nine of Swords in reverse? Okay, we have the Six of Wands in reverse. The Ten of Cups in reverse. So you're kind of, something is being relieved about the success of your happy ever after, okay? Like whatever is like your big long-term dreams, there's some kind of alleviation to those stresses and fears about the success of it, the happiness of it actually coming true. Something is going to get alleviated in the near future around that. And then we have the Six of Cups, where we have the Two of Pentacles and the Five of Cups again in reverse, where it's just really about making a choice of really like, where are we going to focus our energy, right? Are we going to focus it on what's going wrong? Are we going to focus on what's going right? And based off of what I'm seeing here, I am seeing a momentum towards a future where you're focused more on the positives, focused on, feels like you're working in a team manner with someone else. Let me get one more card on this Six of Cups. And so that choices can be made that are focused on the good, not the bad. Yeah. Yeah, we have the Six of Swords coming up. So this is telling me like you're moving on into a better place, but it's somewhere new, right? So fire signs, you are like choosing to kind of push ahead, move ahead, possibly with another person in some way and manner. Where choosing to like focus more on the positive, choosing to work together on what feels like, based off of this, working on maybe your long-term goals and dreams together for some of you, or how you're able to support one another in each of your own long-term dreams and goals so that they become a success. It feels good. Like it feels like this is like a nice shift out of what this energy is, but I will say necessary heat is coming in so that transformation can happen. So fire signs, that's my reading for you. Sorry, that was a long reading. I'll try to speed them up from here on. But yeah, so let me know, Aries, Leo, Sag in the chat if that resonated with anyone there. And of course, please hit the like button if you're just tuning in or if you haven't done that yet. All right. Happy birthday, Mind Matters. One second here. There we go. Okay, so we're going to be moving on to Earth signs. Earth signs, you guys are next. Oh, shoot. Hold on a second here. What's going on? What have I done? Oh my God. I'm telling you, this is the energy that's been haunting me for the last few days. Chaos. Okay. Let me just write down the timestamp so I know what to put in later. Okay. Let me just see. What have we got here? Are we all good? Looks like, okay. Okay, Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. You guys are next. Don't forget, the 3-day 180 retreat for September is now open to reserve your ticket. I'm excited because we don't have just one place for fire. We don't have just 2 places for a fire, but we have 3 places, 2 indoors, 1 outdoors for wood fire burning ceremonies. So that's going to be fun. First time I'm going to do fire ceremony with the cacao the first night. And also try to bring people out to the fire for the mushroom ceremony afterwards, as well as during. And of course, don't forget, this is going to be your last chance to get a fire horse reading with me. I'll leave it open until Tuesday next week, which I believe is the 7th, April 7th, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, that one's good. Clears up some things. It absolutely resonates. Okay, awesome. Glad to hear that. Dennis, how are you doing? I know last year, especially at the beginning of the year and the year before, you had a tough year. Just want to know how you're doing. I hope you're doing well. Okay, let's get into it. Let's find out what is the main theme of Earth Signs reading and what is the potential challenge. What is the main theme? All right. What is the main theme? Okay. And what is the potential challenge? Ah, oof. Well, we got black, red, and white. Okay. And then we've got two cards that have very similar colors. The main theme of your reading is sulfur, okay? Which sulfur can be both healing, but can also stink, right? So sulfur is usually something's trying to rise up to the surface, right? And maybe it's something that doesn't smell so good, meaning it could just be something that you're not wanting to deal with, right? But there's, certain parts of sulfur that can be also very healing in nature, right? When we think about like certain what are they called? Hot springs and things of that nature. The main challenge, though, for you is the Raven's Head. You're already deep in it, is what I want to tell you. You're already in the work. Like, you can't get out of this. Whatever this is, you got to go all the way. So if you were kind of thinking you could toe dip, you can't. You have to fully submerge. The work is already in motion. You have to go all the way into the darkness, is what I want to say. Does that mean that it's going to get worse? Maybe, not necessarily. Really depends. It really depends. I will say this. The faster you lean into it with minimal resistance, the faster you'll be on the other side of it. And when you're on the other side of it, what greets you is something where you're like, shit, why did I wait so long? Why did I put this off so long? So there is some of that. Let me just see with the Raven's Head. Initiation, the ordeal, the work begins. Things are about to change on every level. The work cannot be undone, just as the pill cannot be unswallowed or the pearl turned back to sand. You may be overwhelmed or think the journey ahead is not for you. Your doubts matter not, because the raven's appearance signifies it has chosen you. You are ready, and the moment is now. You can't go back to the way things were. And it's really about your destiny. This is truly like destiny in play. So this isn't something you can avoid, earth signs. It's something that you have to kind of go all in on. And the sooner you go all in on, the better off you'll be. Let's see, where do we need to go with the past here? Okay, we have the Prince or the Page of Wands coming up. We also have the Emperor in reverse again coming up. Wow, we got a lot of... Why is the Emperor coming up? It's all that Mars energy, or Aries energy, I should say. The Nine of Cups in reverse. Okay, let's just move this over. What's coming into the current energies for my earth signs? All right, we have the King of Wands. the High Priestess in reverse, the Princess of Pentacles in reverse, the King of Swords, the Magician in reverse, the Judgment card in reverse. Okay, our signs. Overall energy is the Chariot. And then we also have the Queen of Wands underneath. So this is about gaining momentum. This is about moving forward in a direction that feels very much aligned. It does feel like it's aligned to your destiny. And I would say with the Queen of Wands underneath there, this is something that you're feeling very called to. It feels very like, it's like you can't like separate yourself from it. Like the pull is very strong. Now, in the past, we have the Prince of Wands, the Emperor in reverse, the Nine of Cups in reverse. The Prince of Wands usually brings in some kind of good news, okay? Something that is exciting, something that brings in some kind of hope. And with the Emperor here in reverse, the Nine of Cups here in reverse, it feels like, I don't know, this could be you, this could be someone else. So if this is you, Earth signs, I would say that it feels like you have felt like things are out of your control. And that perhaps the Nine of Cups in reverse can also be an indulgence that is not exactly the best kind of indulgence. But for a lot of you, it feels like you got some good news, but then there was a delay on something. And there was not much you could do because it was really out of your control, or you at least felt like it was out of your control. And it feels like something that you really wanted, you were really excited about. It feels like it kind of got put on hold. Now, coming into the current energies with the King of Wands, the High Priestess in reverse, and then the Princess of Pentacles. Okay, so this current energy, the first half of April, feels like there's someone around you who's really vibrant, really like has their shit together. It feels like you really kind of look up to them, and they may even be coming in to either give you guidance, or just being around them like helps you in some way. They're entering the picture, and something is going to get revealed here. Like, so something that has felt like it has been hidden from you. And that doesn't mean necessarily that it is a secret. It just could be that something that has evaded you. Like, and it could just been like, God, why something like an answer or a solution, could finally like make its way to you. The thing here with the Princess of Pentacles in reverse is telling me, though, that there's something about this that you might feel a little green on, like you're not feeling as fully versed in, or like there was something you're still kind of learning. And you may have to go back and redo something or revisit something. When it comes to the structure, when it comes to possibly for some of you, it could be finances, with the pentacles being there. But it's kind of like, It actually feels good though. It feels like it's involved with, you've been needing something, wanting something, like a solution, an answer, something, and you finally get it. And you know how to apply it to a situation where you're like, oh shit, I need to go. And it's something that's like, it's the foundation. Okay. It's something, it's about the beginning stages of something. It's the early stages, and you're going to go fix it. Like, so it feels good. Like, it doesn't feel bad. Coming into the the new energies, the upcoming energies, we have the King of Swords, the Magician in reverse, and the Judgment card in reverse. I think you're coming up with a plan that it feels like you've been in the background really working to manifest this one. You've been wanting to bring this forward. So it feels like something that has been long overdue. And it does feel like you're getting realigned to something in that's like with your destiny, your calling, something that you can't avoid. It's like, it's part of your contract. But it also feels like, somewhere where you kind of went off path, you're getting back on path. So there's some corrections. It feels like there's some course corrections coming up here for you, or signs. But I will say though that you're gonna have to, like, you're in it. Like, you've asked for the work, you're in the work, and now something's coming up to the surface. And at first it might feel like it stinks, but it's truly gonna bring in a lot of healing for you. Let's kind of go into the cards here, and let's find out what the Chariot's about. I want to know what this Chariot's about. Okay. This is the Four of Wands in reverse, and then the Lover's card. Okay. So for some of you, this could be about a contract that perhaps has been delayed, and now a decision's being made. This could be about you and someone else coming together. This could be not necessarily, okay, this can be a romantic relationship contract. This could be a business partnership contract. This could be work related. But it feels like it's something that's from the past is finally going to get some legs to it, and it's going to get forward movement. And it's something that actually, it's like, there's something about this that is so like unavoidable. Like, you have to go into it, but it feels really good. And it feels really good, because you're called to it. Like, there's a mutual reception between whatever it is that you've got going on in your field and whatever this thing is that you're called to. What's this Prince of Wands energy? Okay, we have the Queen of Swords. The Six of Pentacles in reverse, and the Hierophant. So you got some good news here. There's likely a conversation that happened. I would say that possibly this is involving you and someone that feels like either a mentor, someone who's very spiritually aligned, someone who feels like they're taking you to the next level. And with the Six of Pentacles in reverse coming up, this is where it feels like it's around a delay on something that you were waiting to receive. Okay, like, so I'm not saying you necessarily received it just yet, but this is about something that you knew was meant for you, was supposed to come to you. And now there's been some news that kind of came up around this. And I do feel like it involves someone that you look up to. Again, could have mentorship kind of vibes to them. Yeah, and there was some kind of conversation. So what's this Emperor in reverse? Okay, we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So you're feeling kind of out of control. I think there's a new opportunity for finances here, maybe making more money or a different kind of like path of money, stream of money. You have the Five of Wands coming up. So you may have been in a financial struggle of some sort. There could have been some kind of drama around money, but I feel like there's something that's opening up here for you to bring you a new source of income or money that, but again, it's delayed. It's not here yet. And it feels like you don't have any control over that. Like you can't push it. It's out of your hands. It's almost like all you could do is really just kind of wait. What's this Nine of Cups in reverse? We have the Seven of Cups in reverse. And the Three of Pentacles in reverse. There's something that you're really wanting to build with maybe someone else, or it involves a team. It could be a project. It could just be, again, it could be of something with friends. But it's like this dream of yours, it's delayed. What it is, or what the hope, the wish, whatever this is, it's delayed. And it also feels like there's nothing you can do. Like you feel like you're kind of backed into a corner here, or signs. Like it's really feeling like it's really out of your control. Like there's nothing you can really do about this. Like it could be about, for some reason, timing is important here. Maybe this is about patience. Maybe this is about faith, having trust that it's going to actually happen, not having to control everything. I don't know. There's something about that coming into this equation. Let me see what this King of Wands is about in your current energies for the first half of April. Okay, we have the Seven of Wands. The World in reverse. And the Two of Wands. Okay, so I really feel like someone could be coming in, like I said, this King of Wands could be coming in, like there feels like there's some kind of help. And it would be around where you've been perhaps fighting for something that you have had to be struggling over, that you just can't seem to close the door on, or actually even like it's an achievement that you've been wanting or working towards, but you can't seem to like get there. You know, it's like you're so close, but you're not there yet. And they're kind of showing you possibly a new pathway. It feels like there's a new pathway opening up here for you that maybe you didn't see. You, again, with the Two of Wands coming up here, it's a little bit of a fork in the road, but it does feel like there's a broadening of the horizons coming in here for you in a good way. What's the High Priestess? What's this High Priestess in reverse? Okay, we have the Fool in reverse and the Seven of Wands, or sorry, Seven of Swords in reverse. So having to revisit something that takes you back to the beginning. This is interesting. There's something about the beginning coming up here for you where You may have missed a very necessary step here, earth signs, that is like everything gets built upon. So if you don't get that one thing right, everything else that you try to build upon it seems to not have the greatest foundation. And it's a real necessary step. And it feels like it kind of shows you where you may have missed this. So it's like kind of taking you into a new direction, a new path, but it's also in a way showing you your own misstep. And it's not like, it's when I say your own misstep, earth signs, I don't mean like you're an idiot or like, it feels very like, it just feels like you're getting, here's what I'm, earth signs, it feels like you're getting your answer in the first half of April. Like you've been asking for something, you've been asking for a solution, an answer, something, and you're finally getting it, but it's going to highlight something where you misstepped. And again, it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's nothing to feel like, oh man, I'm such an idiot for like doing it that way or thinking like it could be done that way. It's not about that. It's really showing you something where you had blinders on. And you're finally, as someone's helping you take the blinders off, you're like, oh, okay. So it feels good, but it also feels like your ego might take a little bit of a hit, but it doesn't feel bad though. Like your ego takes a little bit of a hit, but you're okay. You're like, ugh, okay, moving on. Let's move forward now. I got what I need. Yeah, because the Princess of Pentacles, you have the Sun card coming up. So even though you're seeing where you kind of went wrong, it's such a blessing. Like it's bringing in so much clarity for you now and so much optimism. Yeah, 10 of Cups in reverse, and really showing why things have either been drastically slowed down for what it is that you want, like long-term big dreams, or why it feels like they've just been blocked or out of reach. You're finally going to see it. Like it's going to become so crystal clear for you. What's this King of Swords? Okay, we have the 9 of Cups in reverse. The High Priestess. Interesting. You know, I gotta tell you, it feels like there's a couple things going on here for you, earth signs, because what's kind of going on presently here for you in the current energies really feels geared towards you. But I really do feel like, because this is coming up as the Lovers and the 4 of Wands in reverse, it feels like I'm also getting a part of the story that also involves someone very important in your life as well. And it feels like that's what this is. So you've got someone who's very logical, very like, well, this is how it is, very linear, very like da 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 da. Like it's very straight. And it feels like there's been, perhaps for them, and what it is that they really desire, what it is that they want has kind of felt like either out of reach or they don't even have a full grasp on it. Like it's a bit of mysterious with the High Priestess here. It's almost like, I don't know, almost feels like this person may be kind of going through an existential crisis maybe. But like, no, an existential crisis, but more of like what am I supposed to do? What am I meant for? What's my purpose? You know, and it feels like there's something coming up here for them with the Magician here in reverse. Page of Swords. 8 of Wands. I actually feel like this person is, and this could be you, but I really feel like this might be someone else in, but again, if it's for you, read it as you. But it's almost like they haven't been able to use their tools in the way that they know how to. It kind of feels like this person's been in a holding pattern, kind of straddling the unknown for a while. And it feels like there's some illusions that are confronted and a massive clarity comes in for them. And it also shows like the pathway forward. So what is this Judgment card? The Nine of Swords, the Four of Swords. So there's been a lot of rest. There's been a lot of like retreat. There's been a lot of mulling things over in the mind, like wondering, not knowing, playing out all these different scenarios, overthinking. And it's really about like, again, what is the next step, or what is the big step? And this feels very life path oriented. Like it's a big turning point. It's a moment, and something's kind of coming up here. Let me get one more card here on this. Yeah. Okay. King of Pentacles. So again, there you are. It could be about maybe you're somehow someone's helping you up here. And then I feel like you're helping someone down here in the future. And sorry about the light hitting my desk here right now. I can get up in a second and close the blinds. It's almost like you are somehow now showing someone else who's very important to you how to like help them shift and turn their life around in a way that's very dharmic, very purposeful. And it could be also with the King of Pentacles here, this could also be about someone's job. It could be about someone's, how they're going to be earning money long term, or even taking a better position of leadership when it comes to a career. So that's kind of what I'm seeing. So it's interesting because it feels like, Earth signs, you're going to move through something specifically for you, and you're going to get help from someone, and then you're going to somehow help someone very close to you. Again, someone that's very meaningful. It could be a partner. It could be a really close friend. It could be a business partner. I don't know, but stuff is kind of coming up to the surface, and at first it's not going to feel good because no one wants to smell their own crap, right? But it's necessary, and once it is, it really feels like there's a lot of movement that is obtained, like a lot of movement, like really getting you out of a place that has been feeling kind of like molasses for quite some time. So Earth signs, that's my reading for you. Let me know if it resonated with anyone out there. Let me just close the blinds so there's not so much light. Okay, much better. Okay, so let's move on to water signs. You guys are next. Okay. Oh, let me see here. Hi, Patricia, Carolina, Dynamite's in the chat. Okay. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. You guys are next. It's getting a little warm. I might have to take this sweatshirt off. We'll see if I can make it through. Okay, what's in store for my water signs for the first half of April? Oh my God. I don't know if I should say this right now. I had the craziest dreams. I don't know if you guys have been having crazy dreams. Well, I guess this is the perfect sign to talk about it. Water signs while I'm shuffling. I had a dream where I time traveled in the dream back to like what felt like the 1800s. And a very rich, well-known person had given me and some other people some money to go spend in this place when we went to go travel back in time to suss out an investment. And when I went back in time, it's like I went from 2026 to like the sometime in the 1800s. And I remember going into this warehouse. Like there was an event and there was like a lineup outside. Everyone was wearing clothes like from the 1800s. And I knew that I had time traveled there. And I got into this event in some kind of industrial warehouse type place in the middle of nowhere. And I went up to the bar and I'm asking for a drink. And the drink that I'm asking for has Coke in it, like Coca-Cola. And in my order, I said, oh, and can you add a little extra just soda water so it's not as sweet? And the bartender looked at me and was like, what are you talking about? Like, and I realized in that moment, because everyone was paying attention to what I was saying, I was like, oh no, wait. And then I realized, oh my God, I'm checking out the beginnings of Coca-Cola. Like, it was so weird. It was like we were checking out if we should invest in Coca-Cola like back then. Like, I don't know. It was so bizarre because I remember how like the taste of it was less sweet then than it is now. And we're talking like 150 years ago, right? Because I think it was invented in like the late 1800s, like 1870 something or 80 something. And it was just, I remember having to be like, oh, Nicole, they don't know. Like, I was talking about things that weren't even invented yet. And so I realized everyone's just looking at me weird. I'm like, oh my God. I don't know. It was so weird. It was such a bizarre dream to actually have this time travel. So, okay. All right. All right, water signs. Let's find out what is the main theme of your reading and what is the potential challenge. What is the, okay. Oh, okay. Well, earth signs, water signs. I believe you might be going through a quantum leap. There might be something very quantum happening for you because the main theme of your reading is the Ouroboros. Okay, the great serpent. Which is about cycles, right? But it also means you're entering into the quantum realm. Let's see here. The tail eater, the guardian, the quantum realm, It bends itself around you in a gesture of protection and guardianship, giving you the space and safety to participate in the work. This truly reminds me of when I had my mushroom journey back in December and I was visited by Quetzalcoatl. It literally was a multicolored feathered serpent, much like this. And it literally bent time around me and definitely took me into some kind of quantum reality. Anything and everything can be offered into its mouth for transformation. Let's see here. What is masculine becomes feminine. What is sky becomes earth. What is past becomes future. When this card appears, you have entered the quantum realm. Everything is a possibility. No one knows the limits of the Ouroboros. So I feel like water signs, when I look at what your challenge is too, it's interesting because your challenge is the against nature. Okay, it's the box, and it's like you can't put things in a box, but it's also like there is magic afoot, water signs, for you. It feels like you're going to have a breakthrough. It feels like in order for this to happen, though, you really have to let go of anything and everything that you thought of how things were supposed to happen or could happen, and really allow for you to be surprised. It really is. It feels like whatever's going to happen to you is going to be a bit of a mind bender. Let's kind of go into the tarot and see where this is going to take us, because the really important thing is that you don't box yourself in, or you feel like you've got to check the boxes, is what I'm hearing. This is where you definitely have to go with the flow. You have to allow yourself to be carried into a lot of different places that I think are going to be like, whoa, I wasn't expecting this. Like, what am I doing this for? Or like, why is this showing up in my reality? Like, it's going to be like that kind of energy. Let's see what do we need to know about water signs past? Okay, we have the King of Pentacles coming up. We have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. And we have the Hang One in reverse. Okay. Coming into the current energies, we have the Ace of Swords in reverse, the World card in reverse. And I'm just going to shift this a little over. And then we have the Queen of Wands. Coming into the future energies. Oh, the Tower in reverse. The Five of Pentacles. Oh, interesting energy. The Ten of Swords. Okay. Overhaul energy. Ooh, we have very good energy here. Water signs, there you are, Queen of Cups with the Empress right underneath her. You are, I would say that I'm feeling like water signs, you are operating from a very intuitive place that is very much in touch with boundless choices, boundless possibilities. Feels like you're planting new gardens for yourself, for your future. And I will say that with the Queen of Cups, that it just feels like you're, if you're not water signs, you should be playing in the magical spaces. You should be truly tuning into your psychic abilities. And even if you're someone who doesn't consider yourself very psychic, or you think you're blocked psychically, look, you're not. If you have an emotion, you got psychic powers. All right. It's just a matter of knowing how to direct it and trusting that you're, trusting in yourself, to be quite honest. The ending of your reading, though, has got me a little stumped. So let's see here. Coming into the past, you have the King of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, and the Hanged One in reverse. So look, for some of you, the King of Pentacles, it's kind of giving me like, I don't know, this could be kind of father energy for some of you with the King of Pentacles. This could be just also about achieving some kind of higher level of financial stability, wanting that. And the reason I say this is because I look at, you got the Ten of Pentacles here in reverse. So it feels like I don't know if you guys are job searching or changing something up in your business. Because it feels like you're letting go of something around money, could have been an investment. Could be contemplating this right now. Something that cost you a lot of money, or you spent a lot of time investing into it, that you're like, do I let this go? And it feels like you had an epiphany. Again, with the Hanged One here in reverse, you've been able to see things in a new light. All right. You've had to look at something from a different angle than where you've previously were looking at it. So some new information has likely come towards you. Now, in the current energies, you have the Ace of Swords in reverse, the World in reverse, and the Queen of Wands. I think there's a decision that you are possibly looking to make, or you have an idea that you've been sitting on that finally you're like, you know what? It's time to go for it. I don't know why I'm picking up like you've been holding back, and it feels like you're not going to hold back the first half of April. With the Queen of Wands here, it feels like you are very self-assured. It feels like you're pulling things towards you that you weren't even expecting. I'm hearing something's coming out of the woodworks for you. And I do believe that you're kind of straddling the closing of one chapter and the beginning of a new chapter. For some of you, it's an entire book. Like it's a whole new book. Coming into the future energies, you have the Tower in reverse, the Five of Pentacles, and the Ten of Swords. Oh, this energy. Obviously, it's... There's something stumping me about this energy because it feels like there's something hidden beneath it. Like how it's presenting is not how it actually is. And that's why, like, when I look into the energies, I'm not really sure how to read this. I don't know. I'm wondering if, you know what? No, I'm not going to read it just yet. There's something about this, I don't know what it is about this energy, but I'm going to wait till I get to the clarifiers because something is telling me that it's not presenting the way it looks. So I'm going to wait. So let me just see what this Queen of Cups is. Okay, so we have the Five of Swords. The Knight of Swords in reverse. And the Ace of Cups. it feels like you've almost been in a place perhaps of battling your own self-sabotage in many ways. Again, this Five of Swords is kind of pulling me towards the against nature card, where it's almost like you're fighting against your own better judgment, your own intuitive, like even your own intuition, right? It's like this idea of like you're looking at your world, but you're also like what you're getting intuitively is very different. And but the two aren't matching up, but it does feel that you've been in this battle of giving more power to the actual 3D reality versus what like is being communicated to you from like the higher realms. And it's kind of put you in this place of like, I don't know what to do. And so like, it's almost like you're kind of delaying taking action, or you've been in this stuck place of uncertainty. And it would be about new beginnings for you that align with some of your bigger hopes and dreams, your wishes, possibly even around love. But I will say though, like you've been doing a lot of work in behind the scenes, so to speak, right? In the unseen realms, you've been working quantumly, and you've actually been putting in solid energy, like Empress energy. It gets very fulfilling. It's very abundant. It's like you're finally choosing what you really want, but there's also been this kind of struggle with what's showing up in your life versus like what you know you're wanting to call in. What's this King of Pentacles? Oh, there's the Tower in reverse again. Okay, so I think things have been shaky. Like you don't know if something's coming down the pipeline here. It could be with your job. It could be with your business. It could be with your money, long-term securities. And yeah, we have the Knight of Wands and the Devil. There's been a lot of fear. There's been a lot of again, feeling stuck to something or not knowing which direction to go. But there's also been this with the Knight of Wands. It's like there's this desire to move. There's a desire to, but make a move to push in a direction. But at the same time, something's also holding you back. And I think part of it is like the disruption. Like, is it going to be a good disruption, or is it going to be a disruption that you regret? And it feels like it's related to money, job, career, business, financial stability, that kind of stuff. What's this Ten of Pentacles in reverse? It could be the Two of Cups in reverse. We have the Seven of Swords in reverse. So this could be about joint finances with another person. This could be about a long-term relationship where you've invested a lot of time. There's some kind of reconciliation though here with the Seven of Swords in reverse. So something where it felt like maybe you and another person may have been at odds with the long-term plans of the future, the long-term investments. It does feel though like there was a meeting and some kind of reconciliation that came about here. So what's this Hanged one? The Emperor in reverse. Possibly a new way of seeing, and the Death card. It really feels like there was kind of a bit of a come to Jesus moment on what you can control, what you can't control, and possibly even the death of an entire career. Like understanding like maybe you're choosing like okay, let me just give you an example, like someone wanting to leave corporate to start their own business, or someone leaving the hospitality industry and going into, I don't know, like finance. I don't know, like it's just there's something like there's a big shift here. Okay? And there's been something about like an ending. An ending is definitely coming up here. And it feels about like how you've always like led in your life, how you've always been in control, or where you've kind of ruled the roost. I don't know, that just came in. And you got a new perspective around, like it kind of like there was a bit of like, again, an epiphany, an awakening, something here around this. What is the Ace of Swords? Okay, we have the Seven of Wands. The Five of Cups in reverse. It feels like you're going to be revisiting an idea that maybe you've had some resistance around. Maybe you... for some of you, though, it's not just resistance. It's almost like you've had to fight for it. Like, I don't know if it's a new opportunity through a big decision that you have to make. I will say, though, that with the Five of Cups here in reverse, whatever situation you've been in, it's getting better. It's turning around. It feels like you've been in that unknown space, but it feels like you might actually get some clarity in this first half of April around that. What's the World card? What's this World in reverse? Okay, we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse and the Six of Wands. Yeah, so something that felt like you didn't know, is it ending? Is it not ending? Am I getting it? Am I not getting it? Did I reach the level? Did I not reach the level? Like it's kind of in this in-between phase. It really feels like you've been in this in-between phase a lot, water signs. But it finally feels like a decision is made and you feel really good about it. You like this, water signs. So again, it feels like it's finally closing what feels like an ongoing thing that's gone on for a while. Like, I don't even think it's been like weeks, months, maybe even for some of you years. And you feel acknowledged, you feel seen, you feel recognized. So this is good. So now you're in this good position, because I do feel, water signs, like somehow this Queen of Wands is you. You have the Temperance card coming up. And the Queen of Pentacles in reverse coming up. It's like, it feels like you're slowly starting to get some of, not necessarily, okay, you're feeling a lot more confident, and what you're feeling a lot more confident is your own value. Okay. And the way that you're going to show up in perhaps how you're making money, even your position within maybe a company, your position in a certain, system. And it feels like you've had to have a lot of patience around this, water signs, like a lot of patience. But it feels like things are finally turning around here for you. It feels like you're finding your position. Like you're going to know, like, and it's about putting you in a better position, to be quite honest. What is this? Okay, let's find out what these cards are about. What's this Tower in reverse? Ten of Pentacles. Like, and the Four of Pentacles in reverse. It's like there's been this it's like this looming energy of like, when's the next shoe gonna drop, or is the next shoe, or is the shoe gonna even drop? Like, it's almost like you've been holding your breath, and I think you're gonna realize you're like holding your breath for nothing, for something that actually feels really good, because you have the Ten of Pentacles coming in and the Four of Pentacles in reverse, meaning it feels like you're going to have to let go of something that you thought like you've been wanting to hold on to for like a while, and you've struggled like letting go of it. But like in the end, like it somehow like brings you in a lot more money, or it opens a doorway to a lot more money for you. Something that maybe is even a better long-term investment. For some of you, it may be that you have to let go of a very big long-term investment. But whatever it is, though, it feels good. So if you kind of are not sure, again, this is the thing that I want to say. Everything is going to start showing up in ways that you're just like, I don't understand. I don't get it. Nothing makes sense. It's not supposed to. North Node in Pisces, nothing is supposed to make sense for any of us. Like, this is where like we have all been having to trust and have faith and like allow things to come to us in ways that feel like the most random or most chaotic, ridiculous pathway to get there, you know? Like it's one of those. Let me just see what this Five of Pentacles is. What's this Five of Pentacles? Yeah, the Ace of Pentacles. The Empress. See, this is why I was like, there's something about this energy that doesn't feel right, you know, in the way it's presenting, because the Five of Pentacles is like, it's going to feel, look, it feels like you have to let go of something that maybe felt abundant to you, or you maybe have invested something, but a new doorway is opening up to you that is so much grander. And you're going to realize, I think in the end of it, water signs, that whatever you were holding on to was also holding you back from the energy, the opportunity of like your dreams coming true. And it's new. There's a new avenue, a new pathway of security, of money opening up for you, maybe job for some of you. And it's way more abundant. Like it's way more fulfilling. It aligns with you. But at first, I think you're going to go through a feeling like you're shit out of luck. You're going to first feel like, what the fuck? Like, why am I here? So it's one of those like moments where you think everything's falling apart, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, it just all came together. What's this Ten of Swords? Okay, we have the Justice card and the Three of Swords. So something that has been causing you grief, causing you headaches for a long time, something that has been stressing you out to the max, is finally going to work out in your favor. Okay, it's something that is going to, I don't know why my whole thing is acting up right now. I hope I'm still live. I think I am. If you guys are in the chat, just let me know, because I don't know, for some reason it's not showing up in my chat, and maybe it is. But it feels like justice is served. You finally get what you deserve in the best way, where it feels like you've been on the short end of the stick for a while, and now the tables are turning. So it feels like there's a few things that are really good. So like when we talk about this quantum realm, water signs that you are in, where again, like your 3D reality has not been presenting in the way that you have been working in the back scenes, okay, like in the quantum realm, I think this is where shit starts to show up for you. So I would say sometime this first half of April, you're going to start to see some shifts happening. Something's going to really clear up for you. And I think you're going to get recognized for something that you should be recognized for in a positive way. And it's also going to start to give you some confidence. And there might be a repositioning here for you in a positive way. And then in the near future, I'm seeing like some really great things coming forward for you financially, career-wise, and also legally for some of you. So water signs, that's my freaking reading for you. And thank you. Thank you, user. Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay, so water signs, that was my reading for you. Don't forget, if you want a fire horse reading, you have until Tuesday to book one with me. And then that's it. I've realized like my human design, I have to work in cycles. Like I have to put endings to things or else it drains me. Like I can't just let things go on and on and on forever. So, okay. Air signs, you guys are next. All right. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If you haven't hit the like button, please do. All right, for my air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's find out what's in store for you for the first half of April. Okay. And also, for those of you who are on right now or listening later, if you missed the beginning, the 3-day 180 retreat is now open to reserve your spot, reserve your ticket, reserve your room, September 17th to the 20th. We'll be on top of a mountain with 360-degree views. Okay. What is the main theme and what is the potential challenge for my air signs? Let's get into it. What is the potential challenge? There we go. Okay. Oh, okay. Air signs. You have chaos, okay, as the main theme of your reading. The challenge for you is what signs just had in their main theme, which is the Ouroboros. Again, the quantum realm. Anything is possible. Again, you must have a lot of chaos around you, or there's a lot of like shit going on. And you may need to really pull away from the drama, pull away from the chaos, like so that you can truly focus on whatever it is that you're wanting to create, really kind of go into that quantum realm of anything is possible. Because sometimes when there's so much shit going on around us, it's really hard to get clear and to detach your energy and just solely direct it. And I will say, in this year of the fire horse, you do not want to be caught up in chaos and drama. You don't want your energy to go to places where it just gets leaked. It doesn't get funneled into the things that you really want, because it's then going to become explosive. So let me see what we need to know about your past, air signs. Yeah. Okay. We have the Ten of Swords coming up. The Six of Swords. Ooh, and the Star in reverse. First time we've seen the Star all readings. Okay. Coming into the current energy. Right, we have the Queen of Cups, upright. Oh. We have the Hang One in the heart of your spread. Yeah, it really does feel like you need to check out of something so you can get a better look or a better read into something else. We have the Judgment card coming up in reverse. Coming into the future energies. Okay, we have the Five of Pentacles. We also have the King of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles upright. Okay, overall energy. Four of Wands in reverse, Four of Cups. You are in a situation you are not happy with, air signs. And I will say that this could involve family. This could involve someone very close to you, like a soulmate. Or this could just be involving a particular contract that feels like it's either like it's like either a contract you want to break or it needs renegotiation, or the contract's like, I don't know, it's null and void. Whatever it is, you're not happy, air signs, with the situation or where you're finding yourself. It feels like you're in the middle of something. Okay, looking at your past, you have the Ten of Swords, the Six of Swords, and then the Star card in reverse. So yeah, like, look, you've had to, I don't know, you've been dealing with a lot. You've had a lot on your plate, stress-wise. It feels like you've had a lot coming at you from a lot of different angles. And I think you made a decision to put some of that behind you, to kind of leave the shit storms, so to speak, behind you and move on. And you may be pursuing what feels like a big dream of yours. For some of you, it might mean that you're having to go through a lot of healing with the Star card here in reverse. But it's also like maybe following your dreams, following also your inner compass, more of like that inner calling. But also, if you are, there's an uncertainty around it, or feels like there's some kind of block around it or resistance. Now, coming into the current energies, you have the Queen of Cups, the Hang One, and then the Judgment card in reverse. I feel like you really need to listen to your intuition, air signs. I think your intuition is going to be speaking very loudly to you in the first half of April. And I think you're going to need to either there's a perspective you need to see, whether it's through your own psychic insights or possibly from another, maybe someone around you, but it feels like you're gonna see something very differently. You need to kind of press pause with the hang one here. It feels like you've left shit behind you, but there's still some shit around you. I don't know. With the Judgment card here in reverse, feels like you've been avoiding making a decision on something big that you, I don't know if you've been putting it off, hoping that it maybe resolves itself. But I think you're eventually going to see like, I got to take care of business. And if I want to say you've already been taking care of business in other places, but this is something else, it feels like. And it's like you're trying to clear shit from your life so that you can actually have a fighting chance at whatever the big deep desires and wishes and destiny that's kind of like calling on you right now. Coming into your future, you have the Five of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles in reverse with the King of Swords, and then the Ace of Pentacles. I don't know. There's something where you feel, I think there's going to be a moment here where you really feel alone, air signs. But there's something about this place that, and I don't know, you may need to also be alone. Like you might need to isolate yourself a little bit, you know, like pull away from people, pull away from situations, because it's been distracting you from really getting clear about what it is that you need to focus on and what really needs your attention. And I really feel like you're going to get that once you kind of separate yourself. And what actually is going to happen is you're going to get a new opening, a new opportunity when it comes to money, career, or job. So there's a new pathway, maybe a new opportunity even to make money. Something that's going to give you more groundedness, more sense of security. Let's see where this is kind of going. What's this Four of Wands in reverse? Yeah, okay, we have the Sun in reverse. The Lovers. And Justice. You're not happy with something. Like it's just, there's something you're really not happy with, air signs, and you're going to have to make a decision. But like, I'm going to say you don't like having to make this decision, but it's going to be good for you. This is really about balancing things out more in your favor. Now, if this involves a specific contract, I will say that it might feel like things aren't going to go in your favor, but they will. At first, they're going to feel a little like, ooh, I don't know about this. But I do think things are going to work out for you. Now, also, I will say this might involve another person. Like I said, with the Four of Wands here in reverse and the Lovers, this could involve like a soulmate, partner, something of that nature, where you're just not happy with maybe the way things are, and it's time to have like maybe like talk about like, you know, your own contracts with one another. Like I said in this last podcast with Mary, maybe it's the unspoken agreements, things that are maybe like hiding under the surface and need to be brought to light. So let's see where this is going. Let me see this Ten of Swords. What's this Ten of Swords? Okay, you've been holding back. Look, we got the Four of Pentacles and the Hangman in reverse. I think you were holding on to something, and then you saw something in a new way. And it was really involving a very painful situation, something that's really been difficult for you, weighed on you mentally. It's caused a lot of strain, stress, mental anguish, that nature. But something, I don't know, you, for some of you, I'm also getting that you've had to hold your cards close to the heart here with this Four of coins, but it's also like you've been having to be very protective over something, also hold back. But it also, like, in doing so, now you have also a new perspective on something that you've needed to see, which I think is what allowed you to move on, move away, move forward. What's the Six of Swords? Okay, we have the Two of Swords. Somewhere where you felt stuck, you weren't sure. I think you finally got your decision on the World in reverse. Yeah, like you weren't sure if you should end it or not, but it feels like you did. You're like, it's time to put this behind me. It's time to move on. And I think you did kind of at first hold back on it, weighed out a lot of different kinds of options and scenarios, but I think ultimately you were like, no, I gotta get out of this. So what's this Star card in reverse? Okay, the Seven of Wands. I feel like you might be pursuing something that is part of your hopes and dreams, but you're also like feeling on guard around it. Like, I don't know if you have to keep defending yourself to people about why you're making this decision. Like, not everyone's as supportive of you. Yeah, Temperance. I think also, like, people have been impatient, or you're losing your patience with it. Some people, I think, feel like you have maybe made a rash decision when really, like, you were holding back for so long, and like, this is what you've wanted to do, but because people didn't know really what was on your mind, they're interpreting it that way. What's this Queen of Cups? Okay, you have the Ace of Swords in reverse. I really think in the first half of April here, air signs, you've really got to listen to your intuition about some sort of either new idea you've been delaying on, or some new decision that you have to make. And again, with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, it might be something that you've been holding off on, procrastinating. It could be also about something where you haven't applied yourself and now you know you have to. It also, for some of you, this could be about a job, like how you've been making money and realizing, this isn't the way I want to make money. It doesn't have to be, but what's this Hang one? Okay, we have the Five of Pentacles. So I think you're going to have to go in and pause and really look at perhaps your own. Okay, we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. I think where you put your own limits on your own value, how you're able to make money, receive money, just receiving in general. It's like that lack consciousness mentality. There's something about that you're visiting. And when I see the Two of Pentacles here in reverse, it's bringing me to this idea of, like, you feel like you always have to choose, like it's this or it's that. But I think there's something that you've been missing where, and this is funny because we had a conversation about this on a group call this week. So it's funny that this is coming up right now. But it feels like, I don't know why, this Two of Pentacles feels like you can't have both. Like, you've always limited yourself, like it's this or it's that. Whereas, like, what if you could have both? It's like you've always put yourself in a position to choose this or that, and like neither actually suffices. And you're starting to realize, whoa, what if I can have both? Like you don't have to always be left out in the cold on every decision. Like there's something around that. What's this Judgment card in reverse? Yeah, okay, the Three of Cups in reverse and then the Knight of Swords. Look, I don't know. There's something about, like, it feels... There's someone in your life, maybe a group of people, with the Three of Cups here in reverse. It could be some friends. It could be a group of people. But there's going to be a disappointment. And it feels like you might be disappointing someone, but not because you shouldn't be. Like, it's almost like that's on them. And it feels like it's going to happen fast. Whatever this is, you're going to make a decision and it's, I don't know. There is going to be a little bit of a fallout here. Can I get one more card on this Judgment card? And this is going to be something again that you've known you've needed to make a decision on, but you've kind of put off. Yeah, the King of Wands here in reverse. It feels like this is something that's spiritually driving you. This is something that's spiritually driving you. And I will even say that there's something about your own spiritual connection that I think you've put on a back burner or you haven't been as open about, that now you're going to, I think, make a judgment call on or bring something up that just isn't aligned with you spiritually. And you're kind of, it feels like you're going to say like, this is not what I want in my life, because it does feel like you've got to remove some more chaos here. You're in the midst of creating something really beautiful for yourself, but you can't like complete that circuit with this other shit kind of going on. There is a sense of really needing to tap into your own authentic nature here, air signs. What's the Five of Pentacles? We have the Three of Wands in reverse. And the Queen of Cups in reverse. Yeah, I think you're going to feel... I feel like you have to isolate yourself. And I feel like you're going to also feel... I think you're going to question it, but you shouldn't. It's going to make you a little sad. I think you're going to have to, I think there's going to be some sadness, some tears. And I think there was something that you were hoping for that could be there in the future. And you're realizing, oh, it's not going to be there. But I think in the end, though, you're going to realize it wasn't good for you anyway. Like, you're kind of clearing out things that I think you've been attached to. Maybe you've been... I don't know, trying to see, like, it's like trying to put lipstick on a pig is what I want to say. Like, you've been trying to put lipstick on a pig and it's like you're realizing there ain't no amount of lipstick that's going to change the situation. What's this? Eight of Pentacles in reverse, King. Okay, we have the High Priestess in reverse. So something's going to get revealed to you here. Something's going to no longer be a mystery. Five of Wands is going to remove, when you remove the chaos, it's almost like you're going to see the strategy of exactly everything you need to do. Like there's going to be massive clarity that comes through, and also like something that you've procrastinated on or you haven't been able to attend to in the way that you want to is now going to get like a plan, a strategy, an execution, almost like a really upgraded momentum behind it. And it's because you're going to realize how important it was to remove some of this chaotic energy and drama out of your life. What's this Ace of Pentacles? We have the Eight of Wands in reverse. And the Queen of Pentacles. So I do feel like this might be something that is related to you making money. I mean, Venus is in Taurus right now, but it feels like it's also a level of your own status, right? Like you're going to be opening up a new opportunity for ways for you to financially secure yourself that puts you in a position where you can be respected. But with the Eight of Wands here in reverse, it's also telling me that this is something that has not always been so clear to you, and perhaps even at some point felt like it was at a standstill or there was no movement on it. And I think you're going to finally see that movement coming in. You may even get some sort of like email or phone call or something of that nature coming in here to light this up. I actually want to just pull one more card here for you on this Ace of Pentacles. Five of Swords. I do want to say, whatever you've been fighting for, air signs, it's going to pay off. Whatever it is that you've been like, I think you've had to battle your own like inner thoughts on at some point, but also something that you've had to fight for, like stand your ground. I think is going to finally pay off. I do feel you're going to get a payoff coming here in the near future. But you're going to have to remove some sort of drama or chaos or some shitty situation out of your life that does feel like it involves a couple of other people. I don't know. It's interfering with your success. It's interfering with your pathway forward, pulling on your energy when really it should be going into other places. So that's kind of what I'm getting for you, air signs. So that's my reading for you. Let me know, air signs, if that resonated with you guys. I'm going to wish all of you that do celebrate a happy Easter weekend. And what else? I just want to say to you guys that don't ever give up. Whatever it is that you're putting, whatever you've got your sights on, whatever you've been wanting for yourself, don't give up on it. If there is something that's just not working out, know that there is another way. Just know that there are a lot of ways to skin a cat. And if something that you've been trying over and over and over again is just not working, stop doing it that way. Tune in to your creator, your higher self, and ask to be led. It really feels like we're in times where it's so important to have a strong spiritual compass that is guiding us. The reason being, not that that's not always important, but specifically now, because it does feel like there's a departure from the old ways, just in general. Okay. The old ways of doing a lot of things. And that means that the new ways are going to feel foreign to us. The new ways are going to feel different. Like we're not going to recognize them at first. And we're going to almost feel like we're kind of clunky. We're like, just, I don't know, stumbling our way through the beginning. And that's okay. Don't move through this phase feeling like you need perfection. It's better to move through this phase with just some forward movement and trusting that more answers are going to come to you as you move forward. And also understanding that there's going to be a lot of uncertainties ahead of you, but the answers will come as you take steps and have faith in moving in the direction that you know you're absolutely called in. I think this is just a time to understand that however way you thought the pathway was supposed to look, it's not going to likely look that way. And really releasing any kind of need to hold on to that or belief that, you know, it's still going to happen that way. Let it go. It doesn't mean that it can't still happen that way, but it feels like we're entering into this time where we're all exploring pathways that are feeling very foreign to us, very unfamiliar. And that means that we are going to stumble, we are going to fall, and that's okay. This is a time where we have to give up on our need for perfection, our need for everything to be a certain way. We really are entering into new times. And this is where those who are willing to take bold movements and choices forward, despite not having the map, despite not having all of it, like you're not supposed to, no one is. And so don't wait for that clarity. Know that the clarity is going to come when you start taking some movement forward. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. I love you. Have an amazing weekend. Next week's podcast is super fun. And if you missed the one with Mary Decina, definitely check that one out because we just had our Libra full moon. I will say again, everyone, you're going to feel a little hot under the collar. You're going to want to pop off over the next couple weeks. Okay. The energy is going to get very, very hot with when Mars enters into Aries and then Mercury enters into Aries. And we're going to have all these like conjunctions with Neptune and Saturn. And yeah, we're all going to be a little feisty. Okay. So I'm going to try and take my own advice here and manage what is bubbling up to the surface. All right. Guys, I love you. Have an incredible